Dear students, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you? I hope best for you. I Mukesh Kumar welcomes you to online. Mukesh Online Academy. आपका मुकेश ऑनलाइन अकेडमी में स्वागत है. And we are doing the science of class 10 CBSE board from NCERT book. Okay. We are doing the chapter 2 from the NCERT book, that is the acid, base and salts. Okay. So whatever boards other than CBSE also, if they are following this book, then those students can also benefit from this video. Okay. And by the way, the topic remains the same more or less in India. Okay. Chapter chemistry is same everywhere. Okay. And we have already covered this chapter into the previous 4 videos, in which we had covered the acid base indicator, about the different type of acids, about the properties of acids, and about the basis of acids. Okay. So I hope you would have seen those videos. If you have not still seen, then you can I have given the links into the description. You can just go through them. It will be good to understand this. Okay, if you watch them first. Okay, and I hope you must be making the key points. Okay, so it is better you just take out the notebook and pen. Okay, so whenever you are watching any study related video, note the short notes, take the key points. Okay, key points are very much necessary into the science. If you don't write the key point, then teacher may not give you the proper marks. Okay, and I know that you want to get the good marks, good knowledge into the examination. Okay, so make the key points, make a summary. Okay, so this summary will help you to revise the chapter into the exam in a quick way. Okay, so if you have any doubt, if you have any query, okay, you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. So we will be happy to solve your queries. We will make another video for your queries. Okay, and if you want to get the free notes of each and every chapter, then also you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. We will be happy to provide you. And if you want to get the live online classes, okay, interactive, where both can face each other, then also you can write to me. And now you can follow me on the Telegram and Instagram also. I have given the mail ID and the Instagram ID into that. Okay, and the Telegram ID. Okay, so I hope you must be getting knowledge from my videos. Kindly share it with your friend, subscribe to it, ask your friend to subscribe. And in this video we will do some questions related to the properties of acids, bases and indicators. Okay, so now let's do the questions. So dear students, let's start. And today we will do some questions which we have studied till now in the acid and bases. There will be some questions related to the acid and some questions related to the base or both. Okay, so now let's do some questions which are very important. Okay, so the first question that we will attend is from the NCERT book, and the question is, why should curd and star substances not be kept in the brass and copper vessels? Okay, so they ask you, why should we not keep them into the either brass, because brass contains the copper also, okay, and the copper vessel. As we have studied that the copper vessels of the copper metal does not react with the acids, and the curd and the star substances contain the acids. Okay, but as we know that it does not react with the acid, then even why shouldn't we keep it? So basically what happens, the copper with passage of time reacts with the atmospheric gases. Okay, then it may develop a coating of basic copper carbonate over it. Okay, which can react with the acids. Okay, or when we heat the copper vessel, then it develops a coating of copper oxide on it, because as we have studied, when the copper is heated in presence of air, then a layer of copper oxide is formed which is black in color. This copper oxide layer may react or will react with the acids which are found in the curd and star substances. Okay, so this is the reason, and this may make the poisonous compound, because the salts of the copper are poisonous in nature. Okay, so this is the reason if we keep these curd and sour substances into the copper vessel, then it may not be fit for the consumption. Okay, so this is the reason that we should not keep these substances into the brass and copper vessels. See, let's write the answer. When acidic substances like curd and other sour substances such as vinegar, lemon juice and orange juice, etc. are kept in metal vessels like brass and copper vessels, they react to form toxic metal compound and make the food stuff unfit for consumption. Okay, so consuming these may cause food poisoning and damage our health. Okay, so these substances should not be kept in brass and copper vessels. Okay, so now let's repeat. When acidic substances like curd, and other sour substances such as vinegar, lemon juice and orange juice are kept in metal vessels, okay, like copper and brass, so they will react to form the toxic metal compounds and make the food stuff unfit for consumption. Okay, and since the salts of the copper and brass, since the salts of the copper are basically poisonous in nature, so that is why we should not keep any sour substance or any curd into the copper or brass vessels. I hope you would have understood it. Now let's do the next question. So in the next question, we have, this is also from the NCERT book, which gas is usually liberated when an acid reacts with a metal? Illustrate with an example, and how will you test for the presence of this gas? Okay, so students, and as we have studied into the properties of acids, so we had studied one thing, that is the reaction with the metals or reaction of acids with the metals. And when the acid, I had told you only the reactive metals, means the metals which are more reactive than hydrogen reacts with the acids, okay, and then they release the hydrogen gas. So what is the answer of this question? Hydrogen gas. And then how will you test for the presence of this gas? See, when we bring the burning matchstick or the burning splinter, okay, near the hydrogen gas, that it burns with a pop sound. Means the whenever the hydrogen gas burns, it gets the pop sound. Okay, so this is how we can write this answer. So what is the answer that we are going to do? That hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, the formula is H. Okay, we can give an example like if the zinc metal reacts with the sulfuric acid, so this is the solid and this is in the aqueous solution. Okay, then what it will produce? The zinc sulfate salt it produces in the aqueous solution. This is the salt which is the zinc sulfate. This we have already studied so many times. Okay, and the hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay, and now how will we test for the presence of the gas? Okay, the hydrogen gas presence is tested by passing the gas through soap solution. Okay, what we can do, just let's say this is the apparatus. Okay, see in this diagram what we have done, we have reacted with the, we have got the reaction between zinc granules and dilute sulfuric acid, and we have passed this gas through the soap solution. Okay, when we pass the gas through the soap solution, then the bubbles having the gas will be formed. Okay, that means these bubbles have the hydrogen gas. These bubbles, see, these bubbles are having the hydrogen gas. Okay, and when we bring the burning matchstick near these bubbles, then these bubbles will burst and will burn with the pop sound. Okay, so this is how we can check the test. We can test the presence of the hydrogen. Okay, so now how will we write it? Hydrogen gas is passing the gas through the soap solution. Okay, since hydrogen gas is lighter than soap solution, so the soap bubbles are filled with the hydrogen gas. Okay, it rises up. Then we bring the burning candle near the soap bubble filled with hydrogen gas. Okay, the soap bubble bursts and hydrogen gas is burned with pop sound. Okay, so now again the question is, which gas is usually liberated? Okay, so the hydrogen gas is liberated when the acid reacts with the metal, and we have given the example of the zinc with the sulfuric acid, where the zinc sulfide is formed, the hydrogen gas is formed. Okay, so now we have to test the presence of the hydrogen gas. So what we have done, we have just passed the hydrogen gas through the soap solution. Okay, now since hydrogen gas is lighter than the soap solution, so it will create the bubbles of the soap solution, and in these bubbles the hydrogen gas will be filled. Now when we bring the burning candle or burning matchstick near the hydrogen gas, then these bubbles will burst and the hydrogen gas present in these bubbles will burn with the pop sound. So then we can say that this is the hydrogen gas. Okay, now let's go next question. The next question, we have the metal compound A reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence. The gas evolved extinguishes a burning candle. Write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction if one of the compounds formed is the calcium chloride. Okay, see, the metal compound A reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence. As I had explained you in the properties of the acids, the effervescence is produced by the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so that means the carbon dioxide gas is producing the effervescence, and in the next line they say that it extinguishes the burning candle also. That means the carbon dioxide works as a extinguisher. So it is now confirmed that the gas produced is a carbon dioxide. Now since it is reacting with the dilute hydrochloric acid, so as we know, only the metal carbonates and the metal hydrogen carbonates react with the dilute acids and they produce the effervescence. So that means metal compound A can be either metal carbonate or a metal bicarbonate. So it is going to be the calcium carbonate which is given into the question. Okay, so we can write the answer because the one of the compound is forming calcium chloride. Okay, so calcium chloride, that means we have either calcium carbonate or the calcium hydrogen carbonate. Since calcium hydrogen carbonate is rarely as a solid, it is into the aqueous solution mostly found. Okay, so since the calcium bicarbonate is mostly found in the form of the aqueous solution because it is soluble in water, so that is why this compound is going to be the calcium carbonate. Okay, so how to write this answer? First we will write the gas evolved is carbon dioxide. Okay, and because carbon dioxide gas produces effervescence and extinguishes a burning candle. Okay, now since one of the compound formed is calcium chloride, CaCl2, so the metal compound A is calcium carbonate. Okay, means you can write it calcium carbonate. So what is the reaction going to be? CaCO3 plus HCl. Okay, CaCO3 plus HCl. So this is the solid and this is the aqueous solution, and the compound formed is the calcium chloride, and along with it carbon dioxide gas is also formed, and along with the water will also be formed. Okay, so this will be the aqueous solution, and now we have to balance it. Since it is 2 here, so we will have to put 2 here. Now it is completely balanced. Okay, so this is the metal compound A. This is the calcium carbonate. Okay, see, and I told you that it can be either carbonate or bicarbonate. So now we have to write why it cannot be the calcium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so it cannot be calcium hydrogen carbonate or calcium bicarbonate. Okay, because it is found in solid. It is too unstable to exist as a solid. Okay, so now let's repeat the answer. The gas evolved is the carbon dioxide gas because the carbon dioxide gas produces effervescence and extinguishes a burning candle. So that is why this gas is going to be the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, since one of the compound formed is the calcium chloride, so that means some calcium salt is there. Either it can be calcium carbonate or it can be calcium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so calcium hydrogen carbonate cannot be there because it is found mainly in the solution and it is not very stable to be exist as a solid. So the answer became the calcium carbonate. So this metal compound is the calcium carbonate, and where the reaction is calcium carbonate plus hydrochloric acid is calcium chloride plus carbon dioxide gas plus water. Okay, I hope you would have understood this question. Now let's do the next. Now we have the next question. This is also from the NCERT book. A solution reacts with the crushed eggshells to give a gas that turns lime water milky. The solution contains, we have the different answers: sodium chloride, we have the answer hydrogen chloride or HCl acid, we have the lithium chloride, and we have the potassium chloride. Crushed eggshells. First we should know what is the present into the crushed eggshells. Okay, so the eggshells are made up of the calcium carbonate. Okay, so the eggshells contain calcium carbonate. They are made up of calcium carbonate. Okay, clear? And then the gas turns lime water milky. Okay, so the carbon dioxide gas turns lime water milky, as we have already studied into the acid properties. Okay, so that means carbon dioxide gas will be produced and the calcium carbonate is there, as we have seen the previous question. When we reacted the calcium carbonate with the hydrochloric acid, then carbon dioxide gas was produced and which turned the lime water milky. So the answer is going to be the hydrochloric. Okay, clear? So CO2 gas is formed by reaction between acid and calcium carbonate. Okay, so the solution contains hydrochloric acid. So your answer is, so our answer is B. See, in question, in exam, we don't have to write so much of explanation. We have to just write the answer. Now this explanation is given to you so that you can understand the question very well. So now let's repeat. So eggshell contains the calcium carbonate. Okay, because they are the hard, and the calcium carbonate is the hard material, and the gas turns the lime water milky, and that when we pass the carbon dioxide gas to the lime water, that we have studied into the properties of acids. Okay, it will turn the lime water milky because of the formation of calcium carbonate, and this gas can be produced if the metal carbonates like the calcium carbonate reacts with some acid like hydrochloric acid, like sulfuric acid or any other acid. Okay, then it can be. So here in all four options, sodium chloride is a salt, lithium chloride is a salt, potassium chloride is a salt. So only the acid present here is hydrochloric acid. So our answer became. Okay, now let's do the next question. See, a few drops of phenolphthalein indicator were added to an unknown solution A. It acquired the pink color. Now another unknown solution B was added to it dropwise, and solution ultimately became the colorless. predict the nature of A and B, what kind of reaction is taking place between A and B. Okay, see, as we have studied into the first video, when we add the phenolphthalein indicator to a base, then it becomes a pink in color. Okay, it changes the color, so that means the unknown solution A is going to be the base. Okay, so we can write the answer, solution A is base. Okay, reason, because the phenolphthalein turns pink in a base. Okay, now the second thing is, it acquired the pink color. Now another unknown solution B was added to it dropwise, and the solution ultimately became colorless. So what is happening here actually, some kind of neutralization reaction is being taking place. So whenever we want to check whether neutralization is taking place or not, so first of all we take the required amount of base, then we put the phenolphthalein indicator, and then we put drop by some acid. Okay, so as we put the drop by the acid into the base, then it will start reacting, the neutralization reaction will take place, and as once the whole base is neutralized, then it will acquire a colorless. So we can say that the unknown solution B is acid. Okay, so solution B is acid. Okay, reason, when acid is added to a base, it neutralizes the base. Okay, and forms a salt which is neutral, and the color of phenolphthalein changes from pink to color. Okay, so this is the answer we can get to this question. So now what kind of reaction is taking place between A and B? So between A and B, neutralization reaction is taking place. So between A and B, neutralization reaction is taking. Okay, so let's repeat. See, whenever we add phenolphthalein to a base, it becomes pink in color. This we have studied into the acid base indicators. Now when we are putting some other solution, like, then it becomes colorless. So that means some neutralization reaction is taking place. So that means the nature of B becomes the acid, because the neutralization takes place between the acid and base. Okay, clear? Got it or not? So that is, since the salts are neutral, so that is why, and phenolphthalein does not change its color into the neutral solutions. That is why its color became from pink to the colorless. Now the next question. The question is, why are some acid and bases not stored in the metal containers? As we have studied in both acids and bases, that they are corrosive in nature. They can corrode the metals. Some acids react with the metals which are more reactive than hydrogens. So that is why we do not keep the acid and bases into the metal container. So we can write the answer that acids and bases are corrosive in nature. Okay, they gradually corrode and eat up the metal container. Okay, so they are stored in containers made of glass and ceramic. Okay, so you must have seen in laboratory also, the most of the acids and bases, the solutions you will find into the either glass bottle or in the ceramic bottles. We do not keep them into the metal containers. Okay, so since, see, the acid and bases are harmful, some acid and bases are really more harmful, so that is why a warning sign is given. Okay, just a warning sign is given so that the person do not touch the acid and bases. Okay, so to warn people about the dangerous nature of mineral acids and strong base, a hazard warning sign is usually printed on their container. Okay, this is the red color sign is given like this. Okay, some danger like the sign is given. This is the warning. Okay, the sign tells the people to be careful and protect themselves from these dangerous chemicals. Okay, so I hope you have understood these questions. Okay, and if you have any doubt, you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. So dear students, in the next video we will study about the what do all acids and bases have in common. Okay, there are something which is common in the acids, there are something which is common into the bases. That we will study into the next video. Okay, thank you so much for your watching. Write your comments about the video, any query, any doubt about the topic into the comment box, or you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. Okay, I hope you must be practicing the questions. I hope you must be writing the key points. Okay, make the summary. Okay, and if you want to get the free notes of each and every chapter, then you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. So we will be happy to provide you. And if you want to get the live online classes, interactive online classes through Zoom app, then also you can write to me. I will be happy to share the detail with you. I hope you must be getting knowledge from these videos. Kindly share it with your friends. Subscribe to it. Ask your friend to subscribe. And now you can follow me on the Instagram and Telegram also. I have given the ID into that. Okay. So kindly share it with your friends. Subscribe to it. Ask your friend to subscribe. Thank you so much.